Thank you for joining me for this desk yoga session. To get started, we're going to start with warming up through the arms and the shoulders. So make sure that you do have a place that allows you to have that range of motion with the arms moving out and overhead, and making sure that you're secure in the chair that you're in. So if you're in one that is moving around on wheels, try to lock it in place, or planting your feet maybe about hip width apart might be able to help keep you in that stable position. So doing what's best for you and keeping you safe and secure. From here, we're going to inhale, extending the arms overhead, opening up through the chest, reaching overhead, but keeping the shoulders relaxed. Exhale, releasing the hands, and then bringing the hands to the heart. Allow your breath to initiate the movement. Inhale, opening and extending. Exhale, releasing and bringing the hands back to the heart center. So continue the movement, going with your breath. And let's do one more. You can practice that ujjayi breath in through the nose, out through the nose with the exhale coming up through the throat. From here, I'm going to inhale, extending overhead. And if you're feeling up for it, as you exhale, try to hinge forward from the hips, leading with the chest. So we have that neutral or flat back, keeping the shoulders, the neck, and the head relaxed. You can bring the hands to the heart center again, or reach down to the floor. And then inhale, allowing yourself to come back up into that seated position. So be mindful how your back feels as we get into these movements. Maybe it's not quite warmed up enough to do that comfortably for you. Then just go back to inhaling, extending the arms up, and then bringing them back to the heart center. Otherwise, hinging from the hip with the exhale, think of floating your upper body forward to the top of the legs. Inhale, coming back up into that seated position. And then hands to the heart. Let's do that 2 more times. Make any modifications you need to keep yourself safe. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, coming back up to seated position. Let's do one more. Slow and controlled, mindful of the breath, making sure you're still breathing and allowing that breath to initiate the movement. And bringing hands to the heart. From here, we're going to go into those shoulder rolls. So we're going to start by rolling the shoulders back. You can do them both together like me, or you can do them one after the other if that works better for you. A little variety and changing things up a little. Let's do 2 more. And then when you come back to center, reverse the rolls. Last 2. Okay, from here, we're going to come to those cactus arms. So ideally, we want to have them coming out from the shoulder or a little bit below. We want to stay away from rising the arm above the shoulder because it causes that impingement, which can be discomforting. So having those arms at the shoulder height or a little bit below, sitting up nice and tall. And as you inhale, opening the arms up a little bit wider, and then exhale, bringing them together. Inhale, opening up. Think of pulling those shoulder blades together as we open up through the arms, and exhale as we bring the elbows together or close to each other, expanding or stretching across the upper back. Inhale, opening up across the front. Exhale, bringing the arms together. Exhale, bringing the arms together. Inhale, opening and expanding across the chest. Exhale, bringing the arms together. Let's do a few more of these, going at your own pace, using that breath to help move you through the sequence. 2 more. Last time. And then releasing the arms down. Maybe you feel those arms are a little heavy right now or a little tired, or maybe they're just starting to feel nice and warmed up. So we're just going to take one arm and we're going to support above the elbow and just think of sliding it across the front of the body. So we're going to get that nice stretch across the upper back into that shoulder blade and into the arm. And we just want to have that nice little stretch. If you're comfortable here, hold it here. If you'd like to go a little deeper, turn your head towards that shoulder, looking above or beyond it, and trying to keep a bit of distance between the chin and the shoulder. So maybe a fist width or holding an apple or an orange there. When we bring the chin down to the shoulder, we may cause some impingement along there. Good time to practice that ujjayi breath in through the nose and out through the nose with the exhale. And when you're ready, on the next exhale, gently release. If you want, shake that arm out a little. And then as we inhale on the other side, gently sliding that arm across the body, supporting above the elbow and keeping the shoulder relaxed so it's not coming up to the ear. Again, holding here if this works for you. Or with the exhale, looking towards that shoulder, getting that nice deep stretch. And just be mindful. Notice what you feel, where you feel it. You may feel a little snap, crackle, and pop. Just be gentle with your body. Try not to force or fight it. And then when you're ready, you can inhale, bring the head back to center. Exhale, releasing the arm. And then again, just take it into those shoulder rolls. 2 more going back. And let's do a couple going forward. Okay, from here, we're just going to continue working through the shoulder, the arm area. So as we inhale, I'm going to extend one arm down along the side of my body as close as I can with my chair, the arm on the chair, and with the other arm extending up. If you have issues with extending the arm all the way up, feel free to bend at the elbow, shortening the lever. Inhale, extending, lengthening, reaching, again, trying to keep the shoulder relaxed. So try to think of it as from the arm down from the shoulder down to the fingertips that you're lengthening away. As we exhale, coming back to center and switching over with the inhale, extending and lengthening. As we exhale, bringing those arms back down to center, and with the inhale, alternating the lengthening up to the sky and down to the floor. So allowing the breath, exhale, coming back down, inhale, lengthening and extending, going at a flow and speed that works for you and your breath. Let's do once more on each side. trying to keep a little bit of softness in the elbow. So we never want to lock our joints, knees, elbows. Just always want to think of having a little bit of softness or flexion through there, just to stay away from causing any issues we may have with our joints or starting to cause any. Okay, so now facing through to the desk, I'm just going to walk my arms along the desktop, reaching, lengthening, keeping my bottom firmly planted in my chair. So coming to that flat back, again, think of sliding the shoulder blades down the back, relaxing through the head, the neck. Now you can stay here if this feels nice for you and this is what you need. If you want to go a little deeper into the shoulder blades, because we're working more on those shoulders, the upper back today, I'm going to slide one arm down towards the body at the edge of the desktop, and then I'm going to direct it underneath the opposite underarm. So I have one arm going straight out to the top end of the desk and the other one coming out to the side, kind of that 90-degree angle with my arms. A little bit of a twist so you can use that edge of the desk to give you a little bit of resistance. Relax through the head, the upper shoulders, the neck. You should feel a nice deep stretch along the shoulder blade of the arm that's underneath, reaching across, as well as a little bit of a stretch down the lengthened arm, down into the spine, down the back. So this should feel good. If it doesn't, please don't do it. Make some modifications or adjustments and find a stretch that works for you. On your next inhale, we're going to take that bottom arm, slide it back up, meeting the other arm, lengthening through, softening down the spine, relaxing through the head and neck, getting that nice deep stretch. Maybe you find you have to reach those arms a little bit further, deepening into the stretch. And then when you're ready, we're going to use the inhale to slide the opposite arm down along the edge of the desk closest to us, and then underneath the other arm. So again, coming into that thread the needle, getting that nice stretch across the upper shoulders into the back on the right side or the left side, depending what side you did first. Allow yourself to release tension and tightness. Just wash it out with the exhale. And when you're ready, use the inhale to gently slide that arm back up to center along the stretched out arm. Again, coming into a modified child's pose. As you inhale, think of creating space between each vertebrae. And exhale, softening and letting go of tension and tightness. Inhale, expanding to the ribs, down the spine. And giving in to the relaxation with the exhale. Holding here for 2 more breaths. Just be mindful of what you feel, where you feel it, or follow the breath, just noticing inhale and the exhale without trying to change it. As you begin to inhale, start to walk your body back up into that seated position, walking your arms across the desktop. From here, we're just going to do some more stretches through the arms. So we're going to extend those arms back behind us. So you can interlace those hands behind the body. You can hold on to the back of your chair, whatever is going to work for you. Just try to keep those shoulders relaxed, so soften down. So you may want to go up, back, and down, just rolling them back, giving yourself that little bit of a stretch through the chest, holding onto the chair or interlacing the fingers if that works for you. And as we exhale, think of hinging forward from the hips and leading with the chest. So very similar to what we did at our warm up at the start of today's session. Feel that lengthening or that stretch across the chest, across the shoulders, down into the arms. Be mindful how far forward you go and trying not to curve the spine or bending forward. In that sense, we want to think of leading with the chest and having that neutral or flat back. And when you're ready, you can gently release. Now we're going to bring those arms to the top of the legs and exhale, softening the upper body. So now we're rounding through the back, through the spine, allowing those arms to just hang down towards the floor, feeling the crown of the head being drawn towards the floor, softening the upper body into the upper legs. And if you'd like, you can grab onto the opposite elbows. So bending the arms at the elbows and gently cradling the elbow with the opposite hand. And allowing the heaviness of the arms to just gently draw the back into a deeper state of relaxation. When you're ready, release the arms if you are gently holding the opposite elbows, taking the hands to the upper legs, and then use the inhale as you walk the hands up the legs to bring the upper body back into that upright position. Okay, I'm going to do one more for stretching across the upper back, across the shoulders. We're going to do our bound eagle. So modified because we are in that seated position, you're going to extend the arms out one in front of the other. Ideally, we want to keep them again at that shoulder height or below. We're going to cross them over and then bend at the elbows. So you can do back of the hands together if that works for you. Or if you have that flexibility, you can do palms together. And you may find one side might be more flexible than the other. So be patient with yourself. You can use a towel, a strap in between the hands too, if that works. And all we want to do is we're going to rise or raise the bottom elbow up to that shoulder height. So you should feel that really nice deep stretch across the upper back through those shoulders. Think of creating space between the shoulder blades. So just being mindful of what you feel, where you feel it. This should not be painful. This should feel good. We always stretch to the point of tension, never pain. So maybe you have to lower those elbows a little bit. Again, we don't want to bring that bottom elbow up higher than the shoulder. We want that focus to be across the upper back, across the shoulders for that nice deep stretch. And when you're ready, gently release, shake those arms out, you can roll those shoulders back and forward. You can extend the arms out, thumbs up to the sky, lengthen it across. Really nice stretch to do in between those upper back or shoulder stretches, getting that area across the chest or the pecs nice and stretched out. And then from here, as you inhale, bringing those arms in to one on top of the other again. Again, back of the hands together, or if you have that flexibility to bring the palms together. Lifting that bottom arm up to shoulder height and feeling that nice deep stretch across the shoulders. Exhale, letting go of tension and tightness. Make any adjustments you need to. If you've had shoulder issues, especially through the rotator cuff, just be mindful. Make those adjustments, use a strap, use a towel, whatever you need to do. Maybe lower the arms down a little bit. And then when you're ready, with the exhale, gently release. Give those arms a little bit of a shake out. Again, rolling the shoulders back and forward. And this time we're going to extend the arms out, but we're going to bring thumbs down. So reaching back, getting that nice stretch across the shoulders, maybe down into the biceps. Feeling that nice stretch across, down through the deltoids. Reach with those fingers, wiggle them. One more breath. And then with the exhale, gently release, shaking those arms out. I'd like to thank you for joining me for this session on the desk yoga, focusing on the upper back through the shoulders into the arms. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to our next session. Namaste.